So let's compare the Samsung Galaxy S24 with the previous model, the Samsung Galaxy S23. Let's go through the specs, and then I'm going to tell you what are the major improvements, if any, between these devices, and is it worth buying overall. So let's go ahead and compare. So right off the bat, it's $800 for the S24. That's the same starting price as when the S23 came out. And right now, you can get the S23 on Amazon, for example, for half the price, around $400 to $420. So that's the price difference. You're getting the S23 for half the price of the S24. And let's run down the specs with those two prices in mind. The S24, they both got 5G. The S23, same thing, very boring. Dimensions wise, they're the same size, same weight, under 6 ounces. Build quality is the same, glass back, aluminum frame. They both have nano SIM card slots, and they both utilize eSIM, very standard. IP, dust and water resistance are exactly the same, IP68. You could dunk them in water up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes. They have armor aluminum frame with tougher drop. That really doesn't matter. You know, these are going to be durable, especially if you put them in a case. They both have an AMOLED screen, 120 hertz refresh rate. The S24 has a slightly bigger screen, this time at 6.2 inches versus the 6.1 inch on the S23. 1080p resolutions, 416 ppi on the S24. Always on display in both of these. You know, same deal. No big surprises right there. Software wise, it's the same deal. You got Android 14 on the S24, so it's a little bit more updated than the Android 13. But both of these are going to get updates for years. So there's no worry if you get either of these. Chipsets, Snapdragon 8. I mean, you're not going to see a big difference either in performance. Now for the storage, same thing, very standard. 128 gigs with 8 gigs of RAM on both of these. So you're not getting any difference here, any upgrades. There's no SD card slot, so nothing changes there. For the cameras, both of these are going to have great cameras. I don't see any differences in any improvements in the cameras. Both 50 megapixel shooters for the main, 10 megapixel telephoto, 12 megapixel ultra wide. You're getting the same stuff, man. 4K video, 8K video, same stuff. Selfie camera, same thing. 4K 12 megapixel shooters. Neither of these have headphone jacks. Bluetooth 5.3. Obviously, you got USB Type-C. Under the display fingerprint readers, you got Samsung DeX, both wired and wireless. Batteries, the same. 4,000 milliamp battery on the S24, 3,900 milliamps on the S23. For charging, 25 watt wired, 50% charge in 30 minutes. Same exact charging style, 15 watt wireless and 4.5 reverse wireless. And yeah, that's for the specs. So not a lot of difference right there. So honestly, the only real difference that I see between these two devices is going to be that 0.1 inch display extra that you're getting on the S24. Other than that, everything looks to be exactly the same. No real upgrades, no reason to get the S24. This is shockingly the most boring update to the Galaxy S line. There is absolutely no difference that will catch the eye right away and say this is worth upgrading. $800 versus you can get a S23 for $400. There is no way anybody should be upgrading. The cameras are the same, batteries are the same amount of RAM, same amount of storage. There is no reason to upgrade. The software is going to be updated on the S23 pretty soon, and there's no real reason to get it. This is the most disappointing launch of a phone. I didn't even know that the S24 had launched until I scrolled on Twitter, on X, and you cannot. I just forgot. I was like, what is this? Is this what am I reading here? I didn't hear any news, upcoming. There was nothing to refresh my mind that the S24 was being launched, or introduced. So yeah, there's no reason anybody should be upgrading, from the S23 to the S24. Not at all. Yeah, this is just, unless you want to just trade it in, you get a real good trade in, but you're not going to get any difference in the capabilities or in the experience. So yeah, the S24 is the most boring, unnecessary launch in the Galaxy S line to date.